Hi everyone, it's Robin and welcome back to another Thrift Store Thursday. I'm so excited to share with you what I found this week. I found some really neat things, but only 3 things. I only made it to one thrift store this week, and yeah, the week itself was a crazy week for me, and so I only made it to one store to look at items, but that's okay because what I found was really super duper cool. So I am just going to jump right in and we'll get started. So the first thing I found was a vintage book, and originally I picked it up because I like the size of it, and it's nice and large like this. It's a nice little, very nicely distressed spine, which I love. It's kind of coming apart here, but I like the distressing along the edges there. So that's what I first saw, and I'm like, ooh, that looks cool. So I picked it up, and it is a book of new geography, it says. And it's got kind of some detailing on the front of it. It's got like a ship armada up here, and then like a globe at the bottom. I just thought it was really cute in and itself, and that was before I started looking inside. It's copyrighted 1929, and it has a lot of really cool pictures and maps in it, which are so cool, and I'm so excited about it. Let me show you one of them. Here's some of the pages have, like black and white pictures in them, a lot of text to like read about the different places in the world, and then the other side will have like maps, which is so cool. There's quite a few maps in here actually. I'd say there's probably at least 20. If not more. I haven't really counted them. But you can tell that this has been around a while because there are some pages that already have like cutouts of them, out of them. So somebody used them for a project for school probably. But I just think it was super cool. And I loved it so much. It was only $2.49, I think it was. I can't remember. I took the tag off because it was just barely on the spine when I picked it up. So I just thought this was really cool. I would love it for stacking things on top of, just because it's such a nice big book, which is kind of hard to find. And also, I like the color. And if you put it on its side, it's got the nicely, weathered, aged page side. And then it's also got the nice weathered spine side, so I could use it for displaying, and then of course I can take some of the maps out of it if I ever decide to do that. So very excited, worth the $2.49 for that book for sure. So the next thing I picked up was a cake stand. I'm always on the look. I always look at the cake stands, but very rarely do I buy them because I have 3 or 4, I think, and I have 1 in milk glass and like 3 glass ones, and that's normally all I really need them for. I don't really need other ones most of the time. But even though I always look at them, once in a while I'll find one that I really think I want to bring home. And this week I found one for $4.99. And it looks like this. It's a smallish one. It's not a large one. So I liked that fact of it. I liked the fact that it had a little scallop edge along the side. And then it does have some gold edging along the top, and then along the bottom as well. But what really caught my eye was the pattern on it, and I'm not sure if it's going to show up. Probably not. Oh, maybe you can see it there. Can you see that right there? It has like this harp on it. There's like 4 harps, one each across from it, and then the rest of it has like these little swirly floral things, and then the whole thing is kind of like texturized. I don't know what it is about this. I just think it is so cool. Let me see if I can... it's probably not going to show up. Hopefully maybe you can kind of make it out. But I just think it was so cool. I love it so much. I'm assuming it's pressed glass. I have no idea how old it is. But it is rather heavy. And it seems to be in really good condition. Some of the areas along the edging here, the gold is kind of rubbed off a little bit. But that's alright. There's no cracks or chips in it, so I was very excited about this. I love it. I'll try to find a way to use it right away in my decor, but if not, it'll just go up on my stack of cake plates that I already have up above the cabinets in my kitchen. So it's a nice way to display them when I am not using them. So I thought that was such a cool find. So I'm very happy with that. It has been a really long time since I've picked up a cake plate, and I don't know, I just love them so much. But I don't let myself buy a lot of them because I think it's one of those things that I could easily go overboard on. Quite easily. So anyways, that was a great find. It's very unique, and that's what I liked about it. So I am so happy to have that in my collection. Alright, so that brings me to my very last item that I picked up this week, and I am completely over the moon in love with this piece. It is a piece that I'm going to have to give it a little tender loving care and give it a little makeover, but that's even more exciting for me. It's very hard for me to find things that actually need to have makeovers a lot of the times, and I have been kind of in a makeover drought lately because I'm bringing home things that I can use right away and not a lot of things that I can make over. I don't know if I'm being, I don't know what my problem is lately. I can't, anyways, so when I saw this, I was super excited, first of all, for what it was, and then the thought of a project was even more exciting to me. So what I picked up was $4.99, and it is this little table right here. I'm assuming it's a plant stand because it's very tiny and quite short for an actual table, like next to an armchair or something like that. So I'm calling it a plant stand, and it's just a simple circle plant stand. You can see it's got some issues, so it definitely needs to be made over, but I loved it because I just love the circle of it, first of all. And then of course I loved the turning, the spindle in the middle, which is so cool. And then of course the cute little legs. So this is going to look adorable when I have it all fixed up. It doesn't have any like markings or anything on it, so I don't know, but I feel as if it's rather old just because of the way the construction is, and the screws in here look quite old themselves. So it's a quite sturdy piece, actually. I am very surprised at how sturdy it is. So I am very excited to give this a little makeover, and I will most likely be putting it out on my porch, which I keep feeling I want to get that redecorated for the springtime and summer. But it'll probably be like a midsummer project because next up outside is going to be yard work and getting my garden ready to go, which I'm a week away from planting time here. So I need to get out there and get started on that because I haven't done nothing outside yet because it hasn't been warm enough or it's been really wet. So things are finally drying out and I can get out there very soon. So I'm so excited about that as a little side note there. But yeah, so this was a great find. Cannot wait to use it, and I think it'll come in quite handy. So today, because I had such a small Thrift Store Thursday to share with you, I thought I would also pass along a couple new to me YouTube channels to watch. Now both of the channels I'm going to share with you do thrifting videos, which I enjoy watching. And they're both relatively new channels, so I thought it would be nice to show a little love towards them. So I hope that you will take some time, hop over to their channels, check them out, watch a couple videos, give them a couple comments, a couple thumbs up, and that would be really awesome of you. So the first one I want to share with you is Nicole Northgate. She actually is a fellow Minnesotan, which is very cool to find. There's not too many Minnesota people that are making YouTube channels that I know of. I have a handful of people, but yeah, so it's always fun to find another person, and she really doesn't live very far away from me, I don't think. We'll have to talk about that sometime. But anyways, she does a lot of thrifting, and she finds some amazing things. So go check out her channel. So the second channel to go check out is called Creative Leigh, and she does DIYs and thrifting. She has a lot of like Dollar Tree decor, DIYs, that sort of thing, but she also has some amazing thrift hauls. She finds some really cute things. So I like her channel also, and I would love for you to go check it out. I would love to know down in the comments if you watch other people's thrift store hauls, and if you do, whose do you watch? Because I would love to know that. I know I have a handful of favorites myself, but I'm sure there's some out there that I would love that I don't know about. So leave them down in the comments and I would appreciate it. And then of course we can share them with everyone who reads the comments so everyone can find and discover some new to them channels to watch, which is always very exciting. So I would love it if you could leave me those down in the comments, and I thank you for doing so. Alright, so that is it for me today. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me again for another Thrift Store Thursday, and I will see you again next week for another one. Bye now.